Hello everyone, my name's Sorrell, and today we have huge news on Nintendo 3DS and Nintendo Switch, including the big 11.8 update which was released this week, and unlike the last update, this one includes some nasty surprises which you may run into if you use your console in a certain way. And on the Switch side of things, we have some massive software leaks, as well as some other news which is definitely interesting to say the least. This is Brew News. This video was brought to you in part by my PayPal and Patreon supporters, including Madam Meow Illustration, Alexandy1, Maximus Beard, and the Sorrell fan server on Discord. Check the video description for more information. For our first story, we have the Nintendo Switch developer SDK software leak. So what is an SDK? SDK stands for Software Development Kit, or Dev Kit for short. SDKs are handed out to trusted third-party developers who want to make games for the console, in this case for the Nintendo Switch. The SDK allows the developers to see detailed information about what's happening on the console at any given time, which can include memory, CPU, and other core processes. The Nintendo Switch SDK isn't just available for anyone to download, or should I say wasn't. Yep, the Nintendo Switch SDK for the month of March 2018 was leaked in its entirety by a currently unknown developer. This is actually an extremely recent version of the SDK compared to previous SDK leaks from other companies. And most importantly for us, since this SDK allows for extensive viewing of the Switch's software, and like I said before, the fact that practically anyone can get their hands on it at this point, we're going to be seeing huge leaps in progress for homebrew and custom firmware on Nintendo Switch in the very near future. Homebrew developers are going to use this leaked SDK and be able to monitor their Switch's processes in detail to find exploits which they may have never been able to find without it. Homebrew on the Switch has been moving at an incredibly fast pace, and with the leak of this dev kit, it's going to get a whole lot faster. Nintendo will most likely be able to trace the SDK back to the developer it was given to, so let's just say that there won't be a Switch developer for much longer. It's unclear right now if this SDK was leaked illegally, but if it was, I can definitely see Nintendo taking legal action against these developers. That's all the news we have on this for the time being, and there's no doubt that Nintendo Switch homebrew developers are celebrating as we speak, so I wish them the best of luck. But we can't have too much good news now, can we? Next up, we have the Nintendo 3DS 11.8 firmware update, and you're definitely not going to like what you're about to hear, so listen closely, because this may affect you. Let me just say this first, do not update to 11.8, seriously, just don't update. This update brings a very successful game ticketing system from the Switch over to the 3DS. So what does that mean? Well, it's quite complicated, so I'll just cut to the chase. When you launch a game on Nintendo Switch, it will connect to the internet and ask Nintendo servers if the game is a legal copy or not, which you bought in store or on the eShop. And through some code generation and encryption magic, Nintendo is able to determine 100% of the time if your game was bought legally or was illegally downloaded from the internet. This means if you attempt to launch a game which you pirated, which I don't condone by the way, you will get banned from Nintendo Switch online services, such as online multiplayer and pretty much every other feature which uses internet. So to put it bluntly, if you pirate on Nintendo Switch and are connected to Wi-Fi, your console will get banned from online features. So how does this tie in with the 3DS? We are talking about the Switch after all. Well, Nintendo has copied the same anti-piracy measures into the 11.8 update for 3DS. So just like what's been happening on the Switch, if you launch a pirated game from a flash card, or through the free shop custom firmware application, your console will get banned. The only way to avoid getting banned at the moment, and to continue playing your games, is to back up your save data, buy the game, then merge your save data so you can continue playing. It looks like the days of piracy on the 3DS are numbered, unless you're happy playing with Wi-Fi off at all times. I see this change as a good thing, because piracy is bad, but I don't like the fact that children who just want free games and don't know that piracy has consequences are getting banned. I mean, I think the console should warn you before banning you, because kids just don't know the law. There should be an option saying if you continue you will get banned, and if they do continue, just ban them. They know what they're doing is wrong, and what is going to happen if they do continue. Nintendo hasn't actually started banning 3DS users with the new software yet, but they can easily start banning people without anyone noticing until it's too late. Keep in mind that these bans will only be handed out to users with custom firmware installed, and free shop of course. If you only have Homebrew, you should be okay for now, but I still strongly recommend against updating because there are signs of other data being sent to Nintendo from your console, which may let them know that Homebrew is installed. I wouldn't worry about that too much though, but just in case, disable Wi-Fi on your console when working with Homebrew. Will these anti-piracy measures be copied to the Wii U next? Well, we'll just have to wait and see. Make sure to watch my video on how to disable automatic Wii U system updates, because your console can update while it's turned off, which is kind of funny when you think about it, but that video is linked below. There's still hope for us though. I mentioned that DEF CON was on the way in a previous video, and I'm pleased to say that Smee will be attending the conference on Friday, August 10th, which is only a few days from now. He told us on Twitter that he's going to be revealing a new 3DS exploit, so let's just hope it wasn't patched in the new 11.8 update. Well, that's all the news we have for today. My name's Sorrell, and I'll see you next Sunday with a brand new video.